We apologize for the technical difficulties. Welcome back to Red Wilson Field with Alex Feuz. I'm Cameron Ezeir. Everything should be solved now. We're in the bottom of the first. There's two away. Chase Davis just made an incredible play over in center field. There still is a runner at first, though, and Hunter Haas, who reached on a fielder's choice ground out. So Homer Bush Jr. walked, and that fielder's choice knocked Bush Jr. off the base paths, replaced him with Hunter Haas, and Cole Carrick flew out to center. Brings up Braden Montgomery, the designated hitter. Fastball from Jack Sokol on the outside corner. That's strike one. The Braden Montgomery, he actually pitched against Hyannis a couple days ago. First time he's the designated hitter this summer. Two away, bottom one. Sokol a pitch. Called strike. So the count 0-2 with two away. Runner at first, scoreless ball game. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We should be up and running for the rest of the game. Righty and lefty. The pitch swung on, fouled off to the left side, out of play. Braden Montgomery, the rising sophomore out of Stanford. Fidgets with his front foot. Stares right into the eyes of Sokol. Returns the favor, the 0-2. Fastball high, Devin Burks leaped up off his padding to make the grab. Count 1-2. Braden Montgomery, a .233 hitter on the summer. Hunter Haas over at first. 1-2 pitch. Off speed near the feet, that's ball two. In his freshman season at Stanford, he garnered collegiate baseball freshman All-American nod. The 2-2 pitch. Ball inside. Jack Sokol has attacked that inside corner and missed on back-to-back pitches. His chest facing the plate. Jack Sokol looks off at first. The payoff. Runner goes, breaking ball, chopped to the second baseman Padilla. He corrals it, throws over to first, and that ends the first inning. We head to the top of the second. No score between the YD Red Sox and the Wareham Gatemen. When we return to the Gatemen Broadcast Network, we'll have the top of the second for you on the other side. Each and every game here at Spillane Field is made possible by our sponsors. Let's take a moment to recognize Gateway Tavern, Coastal Orthodontics, Fairway Financial, Joanne Stevenson, Sullivan Wine and Spirits, Deb Levesque Massage Therapy, the Law Office of Mark Deshays, Office Technology Group, J&M Baseball Academy, South Coast Health, Minkle Boys Catering, 80 Makepeace, Reed Custom Soils, Soft as a Grape, Bay Motor Inn, Point Sign, Wareham, Sipicon and Dartmouth Week, Cranberry Self Storage, Village Signs, the Law Office of Lang, Exaferris and Bullard, Reedy, Kiernan and McNally LLP, Robertson's GMC, Effie's Homemade, Wareham Country Market, the Wareham House of Pizza, Robbery's Tree Service, Patty Wild, Onset Bay Association, Select PT, El Mariachi, Waterwiz, and Cool Cone. Thank you once again to our sponsors of your Wareham Gatemen. Back at Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts for the top of the second. Blake Wright leads things off, followed by Derek Fabian and Devin Burks. First pitch, off speed in the dirt. Curveball that missed low. Blake Wright shook it off. The count 1-0. Blake Wright, the shortstop out of Clemson, a .216 hitter on the summer. He did not play in yesterday's loss to Bourne. Grant Taylor on the mound for his second inning of work. Turns and deals. Oh, good pitch. The count 1-1. That off speed right down the pipe. Grant Taylor, 1-1 record on the summer in 5 starts prior to this one, a .295 ERA. The 1-1. Off speed called strike 2 by our home plate umpire, Mike Delaney. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. No outs, empty bases, and a scoreless ball game. Blake Wright digs in with his back foot. The 1-2. Fastball low and away. Count 2-2.
In the top of the first, Cam, 3 out of the 4 batters had quality ABs. Max Anderson did work a walk, the only base runner for the Gatemen so far today, but Blake Wright another one, working the count, and that's what the Gatemen have to do.
2-2 home. Fastball high. The count moves full. Blake Wright out of Clemson. The righty entering his junior season in the fall. A .349 hitter this past spring campaign. That was 3rd on the Clemson Tigers. The payoff pitch. Fastball low. Blake Wright draws a walk, his 16th of the summer. With no outs in the top of the second, 1 on for the Gatemen.
That's what you're looking for, a leadoff walk to lead things off here in the top half of the second inning. That's the 4th full count the Gatemen have had now in 5 batters.
This team's uber patient. They lead the Cape and walk strong. It gives way to Derek Fabian, the 3rd baseman out of Florida, batting .153 on the summer. First offering. Off speed, connected, fouled to the right side, out of play. A cool setup here in South Yarmouth at Red Wilson Field. There's no fencing or gates or any barriers past each dugout. Open for fans to wander. A lot of them are 30 feet away from play with nothing in front of them. 0-1. Fastball called strike 2, inside corner. As I mentioned in the first, Grant Taylor features a fastball, slider, curveball, and changeup. Taylor out of Washington State in his 6th start on the summer. Ahead of the count 0-2. The pitch home. Fastball high and inside. Derek Fabian ducks out of the way. He exits the batter's box, adjusts both his batting gloves with his lumbar in his right armpit. Now he readjusts, places his bat or his hands near the knob of his bat. Taylor readies the 1-2. Fastball fouled away behind the plate.
Derek Fabian had a big crucial hit last night. He started off the 5th inning with a base hit that was followed by 2 strikeouts though by the Gatemen, but it was a 2-out rally that scored 3 runs.
Lone hit on the day against the Braves yesterday. Just his 4th hit in 45 tries against righties. 1-2 swing and a miss. That's been the fortune of Derek Fabian against right-handed pitching. He goes down swinging. That's strikeout number 3 for Grant Taylor, number 34 on the summer. And there's 1 away in the top of the second. Now Devin Burks digs in the righty batter's box. The catcher out of Kentucky. His 6th game on the Cape, 3 for 14, a .214 hitter. Did not play in yesterday's loss. A 1 for 4 day. 2 days ago in a Wednesday matchup against Chatham. Grant Taylor throws it over to first to check on Blake Wright. The 1-out pitch. Fastball called a strike. Count 0-1 to Devin Burks. Joined the team a week and a half ago. Only 3 hits on the summer, but he's played sparsely throughout. Here's the 0-1. Heater high out of the zone. A forest looming in the outfield beyond the fencing. 10-foot scoreboard from side to side out in deep left field. The American flag waving above it. 1-1 pitch. Ball high.
We've seen some great ballparks all summer with the 10 teams here in the Cape Cod League. This is probably my top 3.
Wow. Beautiful scenery, the fans out in bunches.
A lot of dedicated fans.
2-1 swing and a miss. Count 2-2. Oddly enough, Devin Burks has recorded a hit in every other game. So if the crystal ball is saying anything about today for Devin Burks, he won't have a hit. We'll see if he can go back-to-back games with a knock for the first time this season. 2-2 pitch. Fastball out of the zone upstairs. The count full to Devin Burks. Grant Taylor in his second inning of work out of Washington State.
It's now the 5th at-bat by a Gateman today that has worked it full.
Taylor glances off at first. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. It's popped up into foul ground on the right side. Long gives chase off of first base. Lets it fall into foul territory. We'll do it again. Although this Gateman team ranks middle in the pack in so many offensive categories, they draw the most walks, which is indicative of the amount of patient at-bats they have. Taylor with his front foot forward, closer to third base. The 3-2 pitch skips it in the dirt. Devin Burks draws a walk, the third of the game issued by Grant Taylor.
It just speaks to how patient these hitters are. Just unbelievable. Working great at-bats and working Taylor to heighten his pitch count to the mid-30s now.
That's the player in Grant Taylor that has gone 21 in a third through 5 starts. He's a strike thrower, 5 or more punch-outs in his first 5 starts. Today he has 3 strikeouts but has 3 walks as well. 1-out delivery to Cameron Chick is a breaking ball that tails into the strike zone. The count 0-1. Cameron Chick, the left fielder. 4 years at Nebraska, now over at Missouri. Righty on lefty. Blake Wright, couple steps off of second. Taylor checks on the runner at first. Burks slides in. Devin Burks is pointing over at the bump, and the Wareham dugout on the first base side is plating a balk.
It looked like Taylor did come set, and in the midst of incoming set, he looked to throw it off to first base. I mean, that should be a balk.
It's called a balk, so Blake Wright will advance to third. Devin Burks over to second with 1 away in the top of the second. In a scoreless ball game, the Gatemen have 2 in scoring position. Huge spot for Cameron Chick, who is yet to pick up a base knock this season. It's only his 3rd game for Wareham.
And that's how you know everyone knew it was a balk when there's no argument from any of the coaching staff of the Red Sox.
It looked a little odd when Devin Burks barely slid back into first, almost like he was confused. Well, that's why. The 0-1. Breaking ball fouled back to the left side. Count 0-2. Cameron Chick did not play yesterday, was 0 for 3 against Chatham on Wednesday.
Cam Chick way out in front of that one. If he had just been a few seconds later, that one could have been gone.
Almost that seeing eye slider. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just off the plate. Flirting with that outside corner, but doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count, 1 away. No score. Blake Wright at third. Devin Burks at second. The Gatemen still without a hit today. They've got on base 3 times, courtesy of walks. 1-2. Fastball swing and a miss. Cam Chick goes fishing. There's 2 away. That's the 4th strikeout for Grant Taylor.
Playing second base, number 4 from UConn.
A lot of walks, a lot of strikeouts. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, just 1 flyout. Well, you know what that calls for. High pitch count and Taylor in the mid-30s in just a second inning. The Gateman in a big spot. Second and third, 2 outs.
This is a player in Grant Taylor that did go all 9 one time in the spring. He's known for his longevity. 2-out pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss from Brian Padilla. Count 0-1. So expect Grant Taylor to veer deep into this ball game. Also being aware that the bullpen for YD was highly depleted by the MLB draft. Don't have a lot of productive arms in there. Here's the 0-1. Off speed, strike called down the pipe.
Wasn't the pitch Padilla was looking for in that moment. Watch it just drop in for a called strike. But man, maybe I should have swung at that one.
Padilla out of UConn. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped, foul ground. The catcher Gonzalez moves back toward the fencing, trails back, makes the catch. What a play. Fernando Gonzalez closes out this frame. The Gateman strand 2 without a hit or an error in the top of the second through 1.5. No score between YD and Wareham. We'll be back for the bottom of the second when we return on the Gateman Radio Network.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including 5th-year master's programs at curry.edu.
Mosquito bites and ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866-ASK-MARY or visit us at mosquitomarys.com.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous Colossal Lobster Rolls, piled high on a grilled brioche and served hot buttered or just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
The bottom of the second at Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. The second time the Gatemen are visiting YD here in South Yarmouth. Alongside Alex Feuz, I'm Cameron Ezeir. That feels like such a long time ago. An 11-3 win for the Gatemen. They scratched across 11 hits, and since then the Gatemen have really struggled and have dropped to last in the West Division, which makes this game all the more important.
Every game matters at this moment in time, Cam. 9 games left, including this one. The Gatemen have to keep looking for a win. Falmouth ahead of them by 5 points. They are at Bourne tonight, so we'll keep you up to date as the scores come through. Only one other game live right now. That's Cotuit as Chatham visits them. It's a 1-0 Cotuit lead.
First pitch to Mike Bovey is a breaking ball that drops in for a strike. The count 0-1. Jack Sokol already, it's ready for the next pitch. Out of the windup, 0-1. Off speed, grounded down the first base line, foul. Mike Bovey out of the University of Omaha, Nebraska, standing at 6'2", weighing 210. It's the rising junior. 273 average, 21 hits, 6 of them doubles. Righty on lefty. The 0-2. Off speed low. And Jack Sokol is a player that works really fast on the mound. Go right back to his windup. Just gets ready for the player to enter the batter's box. Bovey does so. The 1-2. Fastball inside. The count 2-2.
And with him being a quick worker, not only that, but also a strike thrower, that can really suit well for a pitcher. A quick release. You see a lot of strikes as a hitter, and it kind of throws you off at times. What should I look for here?
Sokol the 2-2. Grounder left side foul. Jack Sokol in his 2 previous starts 6 2/3 innings of work, 6 Ks, 4 walks. He's already walked one batter today. That was Homer Bush Jr. to lead off the first, then retired the next 3. The 2-2. Fastball, broken bat, looper to shallow right. Padilla moves back, makes the grab. The second baseman cleans up the dirty work off the bat of Mike Bovee, and there's one away.
Playing first base, number 24 from Long Beach State.
You got to make those easy outs, and Brian Padilla did so there. A big first out. So Sokol can kind of settle back in. Got the first one down, only need 2 more.
Brings up a righty in Johnny Long, the first baseman out of Long Beach State. First pitch is a ball inside. Again, fastball, slider, curveball for Jack Sokol. His fastball rests low 90s. 1-0. Oh, it hit Johnny Long right in the back. Turned around and took a pain near the letters. Heads over to first. A base runner here in the second for the Whitey Red Sox.
That one has to hurt.
Playing right field,
Didn't feel good from our vantage point, and we didn't even feel it. You could hear the ricochet off the bat of Johnny Long. So he's over to first on a hit by pitch. Derek Fabian over at third, moves a bit in toward the infield grass. The defense now shifted over to the left. Blake Wright playing closer to second is the shortstop. Hayden Schott takes the first pitch. It's a fastball called for a strike on the outside corner. Schott out of Columbia, the rising senior. Stands at 6'3", weighs 210. 0-1 pitch, check swing, Schott went through, count 0-2. First game of the season for Hayden Schott. Righty on lefty. 0-2 pitch. Fastball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. A Wareham Gateman team that hasn't won in 12 days. A big reason why the pitching has fallen off from its early season success. 1-2 pitch, fouled off out of play to the left side. A staff ERA close to 7 in the past 6 games. Worst ERA on the Cape as well, 4.42. Jack Sokol made easy work in the first. See if he can do it here. 1-2 delivery. Fastball in the dirt, count 2-2. Johnny Long at first after a hit by pitch. 2-2 delivery. Skied, shallow left near the left field line. Ranging right is Chick, and it'll fall into foul ground.
Had to make a long run if he was going to get there in time. The one thing to note about Red Wilson Field, a lot of foul territory.
A good 30 feet between the left and right field line as well, all the way to the fans that range with no barriers in front of them. Red Wilson is around 350 to dead center, a really small park. Couple home runs for the Gatemen a couple weeks ago in that win over YD. Long leans off at first, 1 away, bottom second. Sokol the pitch. Fastball poked to shallow left. Chick moves in, camps under it, and makes the grab. There's 2 down.
Playing catcher, number 22.
2 away, bottom second. No score between the Red Sox and the Gatemen. Devin Burke steps in front of home plate, delivers a few defensive signs to Derek Fabian, as well as Blake Wright, the left side of the infield. Brian Padilla playing closer to second. Fernando Gonzalez, the catcher, at the plate. Righty on righty, first pitch is a strike down the pipe. The defense sets standard in the outfield. On the infield, Blake Wright is closer to third, and Brian Padilla closer to second. 0-1 delivery in the dirt.
Fabian thought about playing in, but double-checked with the coaching staff and the Gateman dugout to make sure that Gonzalez wasn't a bunter, and he isn't.
1-1 upstairs, out of the zone, count 2-1. The acting manager is Cody Doyle. He'll usually be leaning on the rail alongside pitching coach Eddie Marco over the left side, the first base dugout. 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside. Fernando Gonzalez, out of Georgia, the rising junior, a 173 hitter. Righty on righty, the 3-1. Heater in there for strike 2.
Sokol will just fill up the zone, and he's done a great job at that.
Time is called by the home plate umpire Mark Delaney. Jack Sokol in his first start, 71% strikes. In his second, though, against Falmouth, only 51%. Trying to find that strike zone. Payoff fastball just misses outside. Fernando Gonzalez tosses his bat toward the third base dugout, heads over to first, his 9th walk of the season.
It's been all 3 passes on both sides so far, Cam. Only walks and 1 solo hit by a pitch so far.
So we're through an inning and a half, and we're 2 outs away, or 1 out away from the top of the 3rd. There's already been 5 walks. No hits like you mentioned. That's the game of baseball for you. The righty Zach Liu stands in. 2-out pitch. Fastball low. So Jack Sokol, after a year at Auburn, transferred to Pensacola State. It's near the Florida-Alabama border, and has now announced his transfer to Pittsburgh in the fall. For Zach Liu at the plate, he's out of Cal State Fullerton. 1-0, popped up out of play to the right side. Liu, the second baseman, and a rising senior. Since Zach Liu has arrived on the Cape, success hasn't followed. 0 for 18. Runners at first and second, 1-1 showing bunt is loose. Slow dribbler to the left side. Derek Fabian charges, no throw over to first, and holds it in his bare hand. Took the smart approach of not trying to force a throw. Now the base is juice with 2 away in the bottom of the second for the Red Sox.
That's called just creating some form of chaos. Bunting in that spot is unexpected, which is why, well, no one was expecting the bunt. Well, it worked out in the Red Sox favor. The base is loaded.
Alex, the first hit of the game for either teams. It had to be a bunt, knowing that there were 5 walks prior. Homer Bush Jr. at the top of the order, walked in the first. It's a huge opportunity to score first run of the game. The base is loaded. Righty on righty, first pitch, fastball low and away. Bush Jr., hometown of South Lake, Texas. Attends Grand Canyon University. Bases loaded, 2 away. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, tailed in for a strike. Count 1-1.
No homers on the season for Bush, but has driven up in 4 runs. A 284 All-Star. We'll see him tomorrow at Spillane Field.
1-1 off speed, through to the right side, base hit. 1 comes in to score. Rounding third and coming home is Gonzalez. He slides in head first safely. A 2 RBI single for Homer Bush Jr. That's RBI 5 and 6 on the season, and it's 2-0 Red Sox in the bottom of the second.
A lot of production out of the leadoff spot there from Homer Bush, and a must-needed just base knock.
Homer Bush Jr. makes it 2-0 Red Sox. Runners at first and second.
Caden Connor pinch hitting here.
Oh, interesting to see in the second inning, you got a pinch hitter in Caden Connor. takes the first pitch in the lefty batter's box for a strike on the inside corner. So Caden Connor, who was on the bench to start this game, he enters in the 2-hole for Hunter Haas. Caden Connor, the lefty out of Cal State Fullerton, a rising junior. 0-1. Fastball fouled back to the left side, out of play. Really interesting approach for Scott Pickler and company to throw out a pinch hitter. Well, if you're going to toss anyone out in the lineup, might as well be Caden Connor, 264 hitter, one of those everyday guys. Didn't get the start today, but he's in the second. 0-2. Double steal ensuing, fouled off to the left side into the fencing. Caden Connor in his last 5 games, a .466 average.
We'll see if the double steal move and an 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning change Sokol's approach on the mound.
Set at the waist, looks off at second. With 2 away, the 0-2. Off speed low out of the zone, count 1-2.
Yeah, Pickler took the double steal play off there. That's a move that when you see it once, you can't really do it again, back to back.
Scott Pickler, the third base coach, as well as the field manager. All-time winningest coach in CCBL history. 1-2 delivery. Heater high, misses in the attic. Count even 2-2.
If you're Sokol, you can't get Connor. Get away from you. We're ahead 0-2, now in a 2-2 count. 2 runs already scored this inning. You're just trying to stay in this game and give your offense a fighting chance.
Here's the pitch. 2-2 outside. Jack Sokol, 33 strikes, 24 balls. He's already up to 57 pitches through an inning and 2/3. Zach Liu at second, Homer Bush Jr. at first. Payoff, runners go, fastball just misses low. The bases reloaded with 2 away in the bottom of the second.
Next up the bat.
So Caden Connor enters this ball game off the bench here in the second and draws a walk. That's the 3rd walk doled out by Jack Sokol. Devin Burks, the catcher out of Kentucky, trots out to the mound to talk it over with his battery mate. And what's the message to Jack Sokol? It clearly looks like the command isn't there.
Just get out number 3. I mean, you got 2 quick outs within the first 3 batters of facing this Red Sox offense, and then ever since then it's been a walk, 2 hits, and another walk.
Only at $10.
2 runs already scored. And with one of the better hitters on this team up, okay, we're getting 310 coming into tonight.
He had a 5-game hitting streak ended yesterday in the win against Katuitt. But during that 5-game streak, 8 for 20, batting .400. Eddie Marco exits the dugout. The pitching coach for the Gatemen walks out to the mound. This could be the end of the day for Jack Sokol after an inning and 2/3.
Every
Marco.
game is must win, and I said it last night. I'll say it again here. You never know how long the leash will be and when every game matters.
Well, Alex, it's short on Jack Sokol. He exits the ball game. New pitcher on for the Gatemen. We'll tell you who that is as he'll inherit the bases loaded. 2 away, bottom of the second. The Red Sox lead the Gatemen 2-0. We'll be back for more Wareham Gatemen baseball when we return to the Gatemen Radio Network.
We want our money to work as hard for us when we retire as we did working to accumulate it. My name is Steve Anzoni, and I am president of Fairway Financial Insurance Agency. Money is just a tool to help you to do what you ultimately want to do, which is to travel, spend time with your kids, grandkids, and do other stuff. And I want to be the guy that's going to help you navigate the course of life, to help you avoid those sand traps and get you onto the green and into the hole with greater financial confidence.
Mark DeShays has been practicing law in southeastern Massachusetts for over 30 years. His primary focus is on all aspects of real estate law, including residential and commercial real estate transactions, commercial leasing, land development, land use and zoning law, and land conservation matters. If you need representation, call now at 508-993-2300.
Back here, the bottom half of the second inning, Gateman down by 2. A pitching change for Wareham, though, brings in Travis Staley out of Texas, a right-hander, making his 4th appearance here on the Cape. 6 2/3 pitch, 6 hits, 7 runs for earned, 4 walks, and 9 strikeouts with a 5.40 ERA, but comes in a tough predicament here in the bottom of the second inning.
Bases loaded for the Whitey Red Sox. Alex, that ended the day of Jack Sokol, an inning and 2/3 for the newly minted Pittsburgh Panther, and it brings on the Texas Longhorn Travis Staley. You've mentioned his stats, a sub-6 ERA. It sits around 5.40, and a player that has been put in a really tough situation. The bases loaded for Cole Carrig, the 3-hole hitter, who flew out to center back in the first. Righty on lefty.
Another hitter who we will see tomorrow in the All-Star game.
One of 4 All-Stars in this lineup for the Red Sox. 2-out pitch, the strike at the bottom of the zone. Well, it's a bullpen that's pitched much better than the starters. They have a 9-5 record due the relievers. For the starters, 2-13. Both ERAs have drifted above 4, though. Cole Carrig, the lefty out of San Diego State. 0-1. Rope to left, base hit. 1 comes in to score. Bush Jr. stops his roll over at third, heads back to the bag. 3-0 Red Sox with 2 away and the bases reloaded. Cole Carrig, an RBI single, and Whitey is piling it on in the bottom of the second.
On the second pitch that Carrig saw, had a line drive right to left, and that's why he's an all-star, right, Cam? Just the second mistake of the night for Staley, and Carrig made him pay on that one.
RBI number 16 for Cole Carrig. Gives way to Braden Montgomery, the designated hitter. The lefty digs in with his back foot. First pitch off speed, fouled back. Braden Montgomery out of Stanford, just wrapped up his freshman season. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Now the Cape sports the best collegiate players in the nation. And YD, a big reason why they lead the East Division, is because they sport some of the best players on the Cape. 0-1. Off-speed crack, deep right field. It is way gone. A grand slam for Braden Montgomery has blown this one open in the second. A laser out of the ballpark, his second homer of the year. That grand slam makes it 7-0 in the bottom of the second. Wow. 7 runs in the bottom of the second inning. You bring in Travis Staley to back up Jack Sokol. Same fortune. Yarmouth Dennis up big.
All with 2 outs, Cam. This rally that the Red Sox put together, they got the first 2 outs, the first 3 batters of this inning.
A pop-up of Mike Bovey and then a fly out to Hayden Schott after a hit by pitch. Well, now Bovey's back up at the plate. Whitey team is batted around the order. A 7 spot in the second for a team that leads the East Division. Staley sets the 0-1. Fastball fouled back to the fencing. All those walks coming back to bite the Wareham Gatemen. A walk to Gonzalez, to Hunter Haas, and yes, it was a hit by pitch to Johnny Long, but it's as good as a free pass. Every run is scored. 2 away. Staley ahead of the count 0-2 to the lefty Bovee. Here's the pitch. Line drive to left, base hit. 5th hit of the ball game for the Red Sox, all in the second frame, and this inning just keeps going on.
Well, the old cliche, Cam, the third out is always the hardest. Well, it's definitely being said right now.
7 straight have reached for the Whitey Red Sox in the second after that second out was recorded. They've seen 2 pitchers. This does not spell good news for the Gatemen. Johnny Long stands in, swings at the first pitch. Count 0-1. Runner at first, 2 away. Staley the 0-1 home. Off speed, fouled out of play to the right side. Couple kids go running after that baseball as it lands to the right of the concession stand, which I heard serves very good clam chowder.
Well, it seems like a very long time ago we tried. Well, I did, not you. I don't know. Are you a clam chowder fan?
Not a huge clam chowder fan. 0-2 pitch. Fastball called, strike 3. And this inning finally comes to an end. A 7 spot for the Whitey Red Sox on 5 hits. They bat around the order and then some. We finally head to the top of the third. The Red Sox lead 7-0. We'll be back for more Wareham Gateman baseball when we return to the Gateman Radio Network. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Summer is here, and we are finally back to enjoying all our favorite outdoor activities. As temperatures rise, so does the risk for unexpected injuries. South Coast Health Urgent Care Centers are open, safe, and here to provide the care you need when you need it. Our 7 locations are open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Walk-ins are welcome, and having a South Coast Health physician is not required. Visit southcoast.org/urgent care to check wait times and reserve your spot today. We're in the top of the third. The Whitey Red Sox lead the Wareham Gatemen 7-0 after a touchdown in the bottom of the second. Oh, Whitey's offense was clicking on all cylinders, all 5 of their hits. And as we turn things over to the top half of the third, the Gatemen still with no hits. They have reached base a couple times, courtesy of 3 walks. Alongside Alex Feuz, I'm Cameron Ezeir. This is the second time the Gatemen have visited Red Wilson Field, and the last time they'll do so. Final time, the Gatemen will take on the Whitey Red Sox this season. Ryan Campos is the first batter for the Gatemen in the third. Behind him is Max Anderson and Owen Diodati. Campos, the designated hitter out of Arizona State, struck out swinging in the first. One of 4 strikeout victims to Grant Taylor's credit, the Washington State Cougar on the bump. Righty out of the windup. Here's the first pitch. Fastball inside, misses the zone. Well, if there are a couple batters that you need to revitalize this team in a 7-run deficit, Ryan Campos, Max Anderson, Owen Diodati are the 3. Taylor, his glove in front of his burly beard, delivers the 0-1. Ball misses high. Ryan Campos, the .215 batting average, but has 20 hits. Max Anderson in the on-deck circle, 40 hits, that leads the team. And Owen Diodati with 14 knocks in 14 games. These are the three that could get the Gatemen back on the right track. 2-0 pitch. Fastball in the strike zone. Count 2-1.
Now the first two pitches that we saw from Taylor missed his zone, found it there, but you have to wonder, it was a long inning. A pitching change mixed in there for the Gatemen, and we'll see how Grant Taylor responds to a lot of waiting time on his end.
Infield shift over to the left. 2-1 pitch. On the ground, up the middle. It's scooped by Caden Connor. He dropped it. Hit off the lip of his glove and ricocheted over to the second baseman, Lou. Ryan Campos reaches on an error by the shortstop.
Well, the one good thing about the 7 runs in the bottom of the second, well, it happened so early on in the game. And the game's not over yet. We've seen crazier things happen throughout the years in baseball, especially this summer. 7 runs still might not be enough.
Max Anderson digs in with his back foot and now places his front foot a couple feet in front. First pitch, inside near the hands of the Nebraska Cornhusker. The count 1-0. So Grant Taylor with 4 strikeouts, but has 3 walks. And that could be the saving grace for the Gatemen moving forward. Find a way on the base paths. Taylor glances off at first. 1-0 pitch, slow heater that's fouled back. And I say slow because it came out of his hand and had a bit of sink to it, and that's what Grant Taylor has in his arsenal. He has your typical fastball that rests low 90s, but also has a fastball that duels as a sinker. Taylor the 1-1. Another sinker fouled back to the fencing. The wind slightly moving from left to right. And thanks to the American flag in deep left field above the scoreboard, we're able to see where that wind is motioning in from. A beautiful day, 88 degrees, no clouds in the sky. The 1-2. Breaking ball fouled off the face mask of the catcher Gonzalez. We'll do it again. I bet this is the most packed crowd we've seen this season. Fans behind home plate scattered amongst the bleachers. A slew of them in hats. Others aren't afraid of getting a little sunburn at the top of their head. 1-2 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. Max Anderson fans on a fastball high. And there was one away in the third.
Lining right field, number
5 strikeouts for Grant Taylor, and now in each of his 6 starts, Grant Taylor has at least 5 Ks, and this outing is far from over. And it brings up Owen Diodati, the lefty. He adjusts his gray pants, couple phantom swings, and now hovers his bat over his back shoulder. The 1-out pitch. Off speed in the dirt and away. Ryan Campos at first, courtesy of an error by the shortstop Caden Connor, who's in the game for the first time today. He pinch hit for Hunter Haas back in the second. Taylor checks on Campos over at first. Grant Taylor out of Washington State, a couple nicknames, GT and G. They like to keep it simple over in the Pacific Northwest. The junior delivers the 1-0. Off speed above the letters. The count 2-0. The Gatemen rocking the road dark blues up top with cranberry letters and numbers. White trim. Gray pants with a black stripe down the side. Here's the 2-0. Fastball inside, a bit high as well. And because it is Friday, every home team on Friday rocks the specialty red jerseys, courtesy of the league. Red Shirt Fridays in honor of the troops. Looser on the sleeves with digi-camo hats as well as letters and numbers. 3-0 delivery, called strike bottom of the zone. This is a YD team that loves to shift. The third baseman, Bovey, moves over and splits the gap between the first baseman Long and the second baseman Liu. So there's 3 over to the left side. The lone player, or pardon me, the right side, the lone player on the left side is Caden Connor, and he's playing toward the second base back. 3-1 pitch. Oh, it hit Diodati right near the front shoulder. Owen Diodati tosses his bat toward the first base dugout, prances over to first. Now there's 2 on for the Gatemen with 1 away. 7-run deficit, top third.
There was some form of conversation between Diodati and Delaney, the home plate umpire. I don't know what the conversation was. I might have been just simply the pitch that was a strike and a 3-1 count wasn't, and then if you didn't call that one, I wouldn't have gotten hit.
Had a couple choice words. Diodati takes his base. Chase Davis, the lefty out of Arizona, digs into the batter's box, taps home plate once. Grant Taylor set at the belt. Turns over to second, throws it that way to the covering second baseman, Caden Connor. Campos slides back in head first. Taylor the first pitch, breaking ball, broken bat right into the glove of Taylor, throws it over to first, over the head of Long. Advancing to second, Diodati. Campos races to third. A possible double play to end the top of the third turns into an error on the throw by the pitcher, Grant Taylor. Broken bat, liner right into Taylor's glove. He just had to make the easy throw over to first. Instead, he overshot Long.
The second error of the night by this Red Sox team. And when you're down by 7 with 2 outs here in the top of the third, Cam, and runners on second and third for the second time tonight, you got to do something and score these runs based off that mistake.
Fastball high to Blake Wright with 2 away and 2 on. And for the Gatemen, this is a place you have to capitalize. In the last 3 games, Wareham has left 30 on base. Can't do that here with a 7-run deficit, trying to scratch and claw your way back. 1-0. Fastball called strike 1, right down the pipe. 5 hits for the Red Sox, 7 runs to show for it, all in the second frame. The Gatemen, no runs, no hits, no errors. But they've gotten on base courtesy of 3 walks and 2 errors. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Count 1 and 2. Blake Wright goes fishing.
And Taylor buried that curve in the dirt. A great pitch. Got right out in front of it. Now Grant Taylor has a 7-run lead in the top of the third. And ahead 1 and 2 of right here with 2 outs. He's got everything he needs.
1-2 pitch. Off speed, low and away. Count even 2 and 2. Grant Taylor already 5 strikeouts in his back pocket. His season high is 7. Well, he's getting close to it. Campos at third. Owen Diodati at second. Blake Wright out of Clemson at the dish. Here's the 2-2. Fastball high, fouled back. Blake Wright almost loses a hold of his helmet. As he taps it back on, now lifts it off his hair to readjust. He's out of the batter's box, takes a long walk around the home plate umpire, Mark Delaney. For a team that loves to shift, the defense is set standard. Outfield, all 3 of them are playing a bit in. 2-2. Curveball high. Count full.
The second time Wright has worked the count full tonight. Paid off for him in the second. Worked a walk, trying to do something to just continue this inning and maybe the Gatemen start their own 2-out rally. Just like the Red Sox did, they put up 7 runs in the bottom of the second.
Here's the payoff. Hard hit to deep right field. It'll land fair right on the right field line. Campos scores. Diodati rounds third, comes home. No, they're going to say it's foul. Oh, Alex, from this vantage point, it looked like it landed to the right of that right field line. Or pardon me, to the left from our angle. But instead it fell in foul ground, and each runner will retreat back to their respective bag. We'll do the 3-2 again. From what looked like a 2 RBI base knock for Blake Wright. Instead, he heads back to the dish.
I think Blake Wright thought that was a fair ball, too.
Runners at second and third. Blake Wright, a .216 hitter, drew his 16th walk of the summer back in the second. Has 3 doubles, a homer, 12 RBI, but swings away at the payoff pitch, and that retires the side. 2 left on for the Gatemen, still no hits for Wareham, but 2 stranded in scoring position through 2.5. It's still 7-0 Red Sox. We'll be back for more Wareham Gateman baseball when we return to the Gateman Radio Network.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod, so even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. No trip to the Cape is complete without a trip to Soft.
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
We're in the bottom of the third, 7-0 the lead for the YD Red Sox. With Alex Feuz, I'm Cameron Ezeir. All 7 runs, all 5 hits coming in the second frame. What does Travis Staley need to do to put that in the rearview mirror?
Oh, settle down. In your mindset, you have to think, okay, this is a 0-0 game. You still got to be competitive. You can't worry about that score because at this point you can't change it. The offense has to do their job on the end. And just hope that you can work and get back in a groove of things. Came into a tough spot. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Couldn't get the job done. Just trying to just really pitch.
And Alex, for a pitching staff that ranks dead last in WHIP, ERA, opposing batting average, it's all about how you recover and you allow your offense to at least have an opportunity. It starts with Travis Staley on the mound. The first arm out of the pen for the Wareham Gatemen. He relieved Jack Sokol of his duties back in the second. It'll be the bottom of the order. Hayden Schott, Fernando Gonzalez, Zach Liu. Hayden Schott digs into the lefty batter's box. First pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Schott had to shimmy backwards to get out of the way. Hayden Schott in his season debut with the Red Sox. Righty on lefty. Fastball high, pops in the glove of Devin Burks. And it counts 2-0. What a situation to be put in if you're Hayden Schott. You enter this Red Sox team knowing that your team leads the East Division by 9 points. This team has all but secured a playoff spot. 1-0 pitch. Fastball sliced foul off to the left side. What a catch by a fan over there past the fences. A slew of applause follows. The Hayden shot of Columbia is a player that missed 2 collegiate seasons because of the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2020 and 2021, didn't play any organized baseball. 2-1 pitch. Fastball clock, deep right center field. It is way out of here. Oh my goodness. That one a good 20, 30 feet past the fence. Home run for Hayden shot, and that's a way to kick off your season debut. 8-0 Red Sox in the bottom of the third.
You know, Ken, there's a house right behind the right field fence, Field of Dreams style, and that one landed almost right in front of the porch.
Little souvenir in the backyard of that house. Wow, what a shot by Hayden shot. So Fernando Gonzalez looks to follow that one up. The righty out of Georgia. Suffered a minor knee injury yesterday. Good to see him here today. First pitch, swing and a miss. Count 0-1. 8-0 YD. A pair of home runs to the Red Sox credit. Staley set at the belt. Out of the stretch, 1-0. Off speed, low and away. Count 2-0. Fernando Gonzalez at the plate. Actually immigrated from Panama to pursue baseball at the age of 16. And now he's playing in the most prestigious summer collegiate baseball league in the country. 1-1 fastball, big hack and a miss. Count 1-2. And Alex, get this. At the age of 14, that was the first time Gonzalez saw a run as a catcher, and it was for the Panama national team. Imagine you start playing the game of baseball, you want to pursue it maybe at a professional level later on. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball looped into foul ground on the right side. And the first time that you're a catcher is with the national team for your home country.
Pretty special. Obviously, Mariano Rivera from that area, I'm sure grew up and just saw what Mariano Rivera was able to accomplish, the only unanimous Major League Hall of Famer. Pretty special what one player can make an impact to the future of the game.
1-2, grounded to the second baseman Padilla. He throws it over to first in time. There's one away. Bottom of the third, 8-0 YD leads. A solo shot from Hayden shot over to deep right center field as he matched his last name in order to up this YD lead. A grounder for Gonzalez gives way to Zach Liu, the second baseman. Reached on a bunt single back in the second. And that was the second frame, which featured a 7 spot for YD. All runs scored with 2 away. 1 out pitch. Fastball called strike, bottom corner. Zach Liu out of Cal State Fullerton, the collegiate teammate of Caden Connor, who just entered this ball game off the bench for the Red Sox. 0-1. Breaking ball high, count 1-1. Oddly enough, Zach Liu at the beginning of this season wasn't even thinking about playing Cape Cod baseball. Spent 6 years high school and collegiate ball with Caden Connor, so those guys pretty familiar with each other. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Well, Liu went through. The count 1-2 with Derek Fabian, the third baseman, playing in. Well, Zach Liu was heading on vacation to Cape Cod to see his aunts and uncles, and 4 hours before his flight, he got a call from Scott Pickler, the field manager for YD, asking him, "Hey, you want us to play some baseball this summer?" He said yes, he couldn't turn it down. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Travis Staley is second K of the ball game, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the third.
Well, if you're Travis Staley, you have to be okay settling back in here. You gave up a solo home run to start the inning, but a ground out and a strikeout. You got 2 outs. All you need is 1 more.
You have to face the all-star Homer Bush Jr., though. The whole lot of big league in his blood. Staley puts the ball right above his rear end. Now meets it at the waist. First pitch, Bush Jr. attacks, fouls it off to the left side into a grouping of fans. So I mentioned no barrier in front of the fans down the left and right field lines. It's that up-close, immersive experience, especially down the left field line. The bleachers are completely full. There are fans and pull-out chairs all the way down the left field line, all staring at home plate, and they don't have an obstructive view. 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside to Bush Jr. The Homer Bush Jr., an all-star. He walked in the first, a 2 RBI single in the second. I mentioned big leagues in his blood. His dad, Homer Bush Sr., he played 7 seasons with the New York Yankees.
Won a World Series with that team.
1-1 fastball upstairs. And you talk about mentors in your life. Homer Bush Jr. got to look up to his dad all these years, and it's really special to have a player of Bush Sr.'s caliber, not just coaching and teaching his son, but also with that World Series ring. 2-1 strike down the pipe.
Not only do you just get to look up and ask the questions to your dad that, as a former major leaguer, but it's just growing up in the game. You just have a different mindset when you're in that clubhouse with the Yankee greats of countless Hall of Famers in that clubhouse. It's special.
2-2, hard hit to right. It'll fall for a base hit. 2 knocks for Homer Bush Jr. He backpedals back to first after taking a quick round around the bag. With 2 away in the bottom of the third, and the Red Sox, they don't mind 2 outs on the scoreboard. They scored 7 in a row with 2 away in the second. Homer Bush Jr., his second base hit of the day here in the third. In the first inning, no hits, no runs for the Red Sox. The 2 frames following, 7 hits, 8 runs. Ever since Caden Connor has entered this game, the Red Sox created a mountain-like gap between themselves and the road team. Staley throws off at first. Bush Jr. slides back into the bag.
A lot of strikes, though, from Staley. 22 strikes to just 6 balls.
Been playing well out of the pen in terms of finding the strike zone. Unfortunately, he's left a few over the plate. 2-out pitch, fastball right down the plate. They eked into that inside half as well. The count 0-1. To watch out for Homer Bush Jr. over at first as well. 21 strikeouts, or pardon me, 21 stolen bases, that is. 1 on, 2 away. Staley peers off at first. 0-1 pitch. Heater low, misses the zone. Here Travis Staley. You look back into that second inning. He allowed the grand slam, but was put in a precarious position. The bases loaded behind him, racing out of the pen, and gave up that solo shot here in the third. Checks on Bush Jr. over at first. The lefty swivels his bat like a windmill in front of him, now gets set. 1-1 pitch. Fastball high and outside, count 2-1. Travis Staley dusts off part of the rubber, it's covered in dirt. Puts his front foot on. He likes the call from Burks behind the dish. Bush Jr. at first, 2 away. The 2-1 home. Breaking ball in the dirt. Burks corrals it. Went through the 5-hole of Caden Connor, standing straight up in the batter's box.
Well, the last 2 innings, Cam, it's been so difficult for this Gateman pitching staff to just find that third out.
The 3-1. Fastball popped up, foul ground. Burks gives chase, so does the first baseman Anderson. Burks slides, makes the grab. And that ends the third. Through 3, it's 8-0 Red Sox. We'll see the Wareham Gateman offense in the top of the 4th when we return to Red Wilson Field on the Gateman Radio Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It only takes 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they're investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company.
Need physical therapy? Select Physical Therapy works directly with you and your physician to create a plan of care that meets your goals and needs, with 6 locations on Cape Cod and more across the country. Select Physical Therapy is the official provider of athletic training for the Wareham Gatemen.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
We're in the top of the 4th. The Whitey Red Sox lead the Wareham Gatemen 8-0 at Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. With Alex Feuz, I'm Cameron Ezeir. Marks the end of the day for Grant Taylor, the starter for YD. 3 innings of work. His shortest outing on the summer, which is odd because his team nurses an 8-run lead, but his pitch count was really getting up there. Scott Pickler will make the change. Aaron Calhoun, the new pitcher, the righty out of Oklahoma, native of Pearland, Texas, 5'11", 170, the rising sophomore. The righty's on the bump in his 4th appearance on the summer. 6 innings prior, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, a 7.50 ERA, but does have a win to his credit. That was back on July 14th against Brewster. It'll be 6, 7, 8 in the order for the Gatemen. Derek Fabian, Devin Burks, Cameron Chick. Fabian, the 3rd baseman out of Florida. Well, he struck out back in the 2nd. Righty on righty. Calhoun's first offering. Swung on, high fly ball, deep left field toward the line. Ranging right as Bush Jr. makes the grab. And there's 1 away.
Looked like possibly Fabian would have been able to drop it in there for a base knock, but stayed up as Bush was able to chase that one down.
One down for now Devin Burks, who walked in the 2nd. That's one of 3 walks drawn by the Wareham Gatemen. Actually, Homer Bush Jr. is shifted over to center, and Cole Carrig is in left. That's a slight change. Here's the pitch. Misses in the dirt. Aaron Calhoun, deep breath on the bump. Here's the 1-0. Fastball called a strike inside. So Homer Bush Jr. is in center, but it's Caden Connor in left and Cole Carrig at short. Hunter Haas and being replaced in the 2nd jumbled up the defensive alignment for YD. Calhoun, 1-1. Swung on by Burks, fouled back. Devin Burks drew his 2nd walk back in the 2nd. Only a 6th game on the Cape out of Kentucky. Righty on righty. Slight murmurs in the crowd. 1-2. Heater low, count even. Shadows hovering over the left side of the infield. The outfield is completely covered in sun. Only the 3rd base bag is blanketed in shadows. The home plate is starting to. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Burks. The 7th strikeout for Burks this season. He goes down swinging. 2 away in the top of the 4th. First K for Aaron Calhoun.
Playing left field, number 19 from Missouri, Cameron Chick.
Brings up Cameron Chick. Played for the Chatham Anglers last season, now a member of the Gatemen in just his third game on the Cape. Struck out back in the second. Two-out pitch. Fastball flirts with the bottom of the strike zone. Count 0-1. Cameron Chick did not play in yesterday's game, 0 for 3 against Chatham on Wednesday. It's just a defensive change in his first appearance on the Cape back on the 19th. 0-1, missed outside. Calhoun likes the sign. Fidgets with his front foot, takes a deep breath. 1-1. Fastball splits the plate, count 1-2.
Yeah, good pitch there. Froze Chick up. Came in out of the pen and got 2 quick outs and ahead of Chick here. Calhoun doing the job.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Empty bases. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3. Only 10 pitches needed for Aaron Calhoun. That's his second K. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. It's all YD, 8-0. We'll return for more Gateman baseball when we return to the Gateman Radio Network.
Reed Custom Soils is New England's leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installations and is the exclusive New England supplier of stabilized stone dust. Reed Custom Soils services over 300 golf courses and provides unique blends to fit your needs, all by experienced precision blenders. To learn more about how Reed Custom Soils can serve you, call toll-free 1-800-924-5335 or head to reedcustomsoils.com.
Want your daily dose of news? Lucky for you, Wareham, Sipicon, and now Dartmouth Week has you covered. Whether you live in Wareham or in the surrounding areas, you can count on up-to-date news on sports, schools, and even the fine arts, courtesy of the partnership between Wareham, Sipicon, and Dartmouth Week. Head to theweektoday.com and search Wareham, Sipicon, or Dartmouth for more. We're in the bottom of the 4th. YD leads Wareham 8-0. Well, we're honoring the troops here on this Red Shirt Friday, as we do every Friday in the month of July. The home team, the YD Red Sox, rocking red jerseys. A majority of the players, the red, white, and blue high socks up to the knees. What a great day to honor the troops, as is every day, but really special to honor them here on the Cape. The claps surrounding Red Wilson Field as the PA announcer is honoring one of the many troops that is here today on Cape Cod.
Pretty special.
YD leads Wareham 8-0. Travis Staley on the mound for his second full inning of work. He relieved Jack Sokol back in the second. That was the second inning that saw YD score 7 runs, 1 tacked on in the third. And now we're here in the bottom of the 4th. Travis Staley out of Texas. The righty warms up a few times. Toss it into the glove of Devin Burks behind the dish. And for YD, it'll be Cole Carrick, Braden Montgomery, and Mike Bovey. Carrick had an RBI single in the second. Braden Montgomery blew this one open with a grand slam in the second as well. Mike Bovey also had a single there in the second inning. And this is a 3-4-5 in the order that is really dangerous for YD. The tall trees in the outfield range all the way off to the left side as well, past the fencing and amongst a lot of practice fields out there in deep left. It's the scenery with the sun beaming down on the outfield. Shadows peer into the left side of the infield. Cole Carrick to lead things off in the 4th. First pitch, breaking ball gets away from Staley, misses high.
And this field has termed, I think we talked about this before, it's the field of dreams of the Cape League, and has a house right over the right field fence.
1-0. Fastball, slow grounder to Staley. Chases the runner, now underhand flips over to the first baseman Anderson. 1 away. Alex, not just that, but beyond the trees out in deep center field, a lot of houses as well. It's really cool to see the different scenery around the Cape at the respective stadiums. Whether it be schools in the background, houses in the outfield. It brings back what America's pastime is all about. 1 away for Braden Montgomery. Grounded out in the first, a grand slam in the second. Rising sophomore out of Stanford. Righty on lefty. 1-out pitch. Fastball outside. Now this might seem shocking because Montgomery seems so comfortable in this cleanup spot as the designated hitter. It's the first time this season that Montgomery is DHing. The kick, the 1-0. Fastball, big hack and a miss. The ball went over the swinging lumber of Montgomery. Devin Burks calls time with his Kentucky blue backwards helmet, as well as his all-blue face mask. So as much as the Cape is about bringing together a lot of collegiate players, well, they take their gear from their respective schools. It's also a really cool mix. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Braden Montgomery. Staley set at the waist. Awaits the 1-1. Fastball, hard hit up the middle and through. Base hit. Braden Montgomery, 2 knocks on the day for the rising sophomore. And there's 1 on with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Staley is strike thrower, but the strikes left right over the plate today. And hard contact so far since coming in this game. It's his 6th hit of the afternoon. 3 runs, all earned. He does have the 2 strikeouts under his belt.
37 pitches, 26 strikes, but a lot of them have allowed these hitters to attack. 1-out delivery is down the pipe, elicits a swing and a miss from Mike Bovee. And talk about an oddity for Mike Bovee. He has 2 plate appearances on the day, both in the second. He popped up in his first PA in the second, and then batted around the order, did the YD Red Sox, and he had a single. 0-1. Fastball, Burks checks on the runner at first. Anderson applies the tag on the right side of Braden Montgomery, who gets back safely.
A heads-up play by Burks, forcing Montgomery to be extra cautious on the base pass. Just trying not to allow any more free passes when you're down by 8.
Bottom 4, 8-0. 1 on, 1 away. Staley checks on the runner at first. Righty on righty. 0-2 pitch. Fastball high. So Gateman team in the last 9 games in which Wareham is winless that has been outscored by 38 runs. Today is a lot of the same. 8-0 in the bottom of the 4th. When does this skid turn around? Well, it could all start today in the late stages of this game. You never know where a couple innings of really good baseball could turn to with 8 games left in the season.
So a couple bloops and a blast could get the Gateman right back in it.
1 on, 1 away. 1-2 pitch. Fastball called, strike 3 inside corner. Travis Staley sits down Mike Bovee, the 3rd punch out of the day for the Texas Longhorn. 2 down.
From New Mexico State, Gunnar Antillion.
Pinch hitter on for the YD Red Sox, Gunnar Antillion, in for Johnny Long, who was hit by a pitch and struck out. That's his final line for the day. So Gunnar Antillian out of New Mexico State, 5'8", 175. The righty is a rising junior. He did play yesterday against Katuitt, went 1 for 2. This is 4th game on the Cape, a 375 hitter. Staley throws it over toward first. It eludes the glove of Anderson. The home plate umpire, Mark Delaney, is going to call time, throw a new baseball out to Staley. And I think that Gunnar Antillian called time before Staley was able to turn over and make that throw. So that possible error is voided. And Travis Staley is on the mound still with the runner at first, instead of possibly that runner moving up 90 feet. The 2-out pitch, Antillian fouls it back. Gunnar Antillian, his sophomore season at New Mexico State, a 373 hitter. 35 starts, 26 RBI, at 16 extra base hits. 0-1 is tossed over to first. The check on Braden Montgomery. A ground out led this 4th off, courtesy of Cole Carrick, followed up by Braden Montgomery, who singled, then Mike Bovee struck out looking. Antillian grounder over to the left side and through, base hit. Another knock in the 4th, and that's 9 total for the YD Red Sox. And with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th, YD still up 8-0, and well, they're not putting away the bats.
Cam, you know me by now. You would say I'm a cockeyed optimistic. I'm an optimistic person, but the sun sets. I mean, we're already near the end of July. The sun begins to set now right at 8 o'clock. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock, and we're only in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, you're right. We have to be wary of the fact that Red Wilson Field doesn't have lights, so this game will go as long as the sun allows us to. We're only in the bottom of the 4th. Yesterday's game for YD ended in just 7 innings. First pitch to the lefty shot, delivers that one into the gap in left center. It falls for a base hit. Scoring easily is Montgomery standing up. Gliding into third is Gunnar Antillian. Over to second. Hayden shot his second base hit of the day, and it's 9-0 Red Sox in the bottom of the 4th.
This is just a 4th game that Antillian has appeared in. That was just his 9th at bat, but it's 4th hit. This coming to the Cape, he's been red hot.
Second RBI for Hayden shot. This Gateman team is falling apart. They have ever since the second. But Travis Staley is still out there. There's 2 in scoring position with 2 away. Again, no lights at Red Wilson Field. Probably have another hour and 15 in this game. Staley glances toward the plate, meets ball to glove, right at the waist. Fernando Gonzalez at the plate. He takes the breaking ball high. That's strike 1. Fernando Gonzalez out of Georgia. A walk in the second, grounder in the third. Brian Padilla put him out on a 4-3 putout. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. Under the bat of Gonzalez, count 0-2. After failing to score in the first inning, the Red Sox scored 7 in the second, 1 in the third, tacked on 1 more in the 4th. They're still threatening, 2 in scoring position, shot at second, Gunnar Antillian at third. Staley, deep breath. With 2 away and 2 on. 0-2 pitch. Fastball lined right into the glove of Max Anderson. Outstretched it over to the right side. YD strands 2, but brings across 1 more. It's 9-0 Red Sox through 4. We head to the top of the 5th when we return to Red Wilson Field on the Gateman Radio Network.
Reed Custom Soils is New England's leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installations and is the exclusive New England supplier of stabilized stone dust. Reed Custom Soils services over 300 golf courses and provides unique blends to fit your needs, all by experienced precision blenders. To learn more about how Reed Custom Soils can serve you, call toll-free 1-800-924-5335 or head to reedcustomsoils.com.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod. So even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. No trip to the Cape is complete without a trip to Soft as a Grape.
To the top of the fifth we go at Red Wilson Field. It's all the home Whitey Red Sox. 9-0. 9 runs, 10 hits, do have 2 errors, but the Gatemen haven't been able to capitalize on anything. No runs, no hits, no errors. That's the line for the road Wareham Gatemen. Aaron Calhoun on the mound for a second inning of work after going 1-2-3. Easy work in the fourth for the Oklahoma Sooner. It'll be 9-1-2 in the order for the Gatemen. Brian Padilla, Ryan Campos, and Max Anderson. Brian Padilla, he popped out in foul ground. It was caught by the catcher Fernando Gonzalez. That was back in the second. This Gatemen team has reached base 6 times. Pardon me, only 5. Courtesy of an error, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. None from a hit. We're in the top of the 5th. Brian Padilla slowly walks up to the righty batter's box. It's a Gatemen team that started off the year top half on the Cape in runs and hits per game. Since then, they've dropped to middle of the pack. And it's showing why today. 4 innings of hitless baseball doled out by the pitching staff of the Whitey Red Sox. Brian Padilla out of UConn. Righty on righty. Calhoun the pitch. Off speed, ball inside. Brian Padilla let the lumber drop just a bit, but didn't let it go for a full swing. The defense set standard, although the outfield is playing in on Brian Padilla. 1-0. Fastball, one hopper over to the left side. Carrick scoops over to first, got him in time. 1 down, top 5. Brian Padilla retired. We flip over to the top of the order. Ryan Campos, the lefty.
At DH, number 11.
Campos struck out in the first, reached on an error in the third. Dusts off a bit of the lefty batter's box and takes his time. Adjusts his helmet, revs up his back foot. Now hovers his bat over his back shoulder. Calhoun the pitch. 1 out delivery low and away. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Ryan Campos out of Arizona State. 1 for 5 day yesterday. That ended a streak of 7 hitless ABs. Calhoun the 1-0. Spiked in the dirt. Collected dust off the padding of the catcher Gonzalez and actually ricocheted into the lower left leg of Campos. Calhoun retrieves the ball back, steps off the rubber, the back of the mound, recollects himself, licks off his 2 fingers on his right throwing arm. Now dangles it toward his back hip, meets ball to glove. The 2-0 to Campos. Popped up, sliced into foul ground. The third baseman, Bovey, over to his right, makes the grab. About 10 feet off of the third base bag, and there's 2 away.
2 quick outs by the Gatemen offense that has really shown life in every single inning prior to this one. If you're the Gatemen, you can't really go down this easy. They've yet to have a hit tonight.
You know, the Gatemen left 2 on base in the third, as well as 2 in the second, 1 left on base in the first. First pitch to Max Anderson is a breaking ball low, count 1-0, That's been the common denominator to the Gatemen's demise over the past week and a half. Gotten their opportunities, just haven't capitalized. Calhoun the 1-0. Breaking ball low and inside. Count 2-0 to Max Anderson, who leads this team with 40 hits. Only player on Wareham to play in every single game. This is 36th. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball low. Aaron Calhoun behind the count 3-0. To a patient hitter in Max Anderson, who walked in the first. Here's the 3-0. Ball 4 upstairs. Max Anderson walks for the second time today and the 16th time this summer. All part of what's made Max Anderson an all-star this summer, not just his ability to hit, but also be patient at the plate. He picks out his pitches so well.
On-base percentage now nearing 360. Batting average right around 290. That's what you're looking for from an everyday player that you can count on almost at least every single game to get on base or get a hit.
2-out pitch to Diodati, right past the glove of the pitcher Calhoun, over to the second baseman Lou, throws it over to first. Another 1-2-3, or pardon me, that 4 batters faced in the 5th after walking Anderson but retiring the other 3 for Aaron Calhoun. He's faced 7 batters, has yet to allow a hit. We go to the bottom of the 5th, the Whitey Red Sox up 9-0 through 4.5 here at Red Wilson Field. We'll be back for more Wareham Gateman baseball when we return to the Gateman Broadcast Network.
The Wareham-based 80 Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is the world's largest cranberry grower and the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts. The company supports organizations like the Wareham Gateman and projects like the outdoor cranberry bog classroom that you may have passed on your way in. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here from YD. Gateman down by 10. New pitcher on the mound out of Clemson University, entering his senior year. Right-hander Nick Hoffman making his first appearance with the Gateman. Made 18 appearances this past spring, including 9 starts for the Tigers. He pitched in 52 innings with 37 strikeouts. Had a 6.40 ERA. Walked just 17 batters throughout his career at Clemson, and 112 in the 3rd pitch.
Wow. And when I think of those numbers and I think of the last name Hoffman, with the knowledge that he's on the mound, I think of Trevor Hoffman. Obviously not comparable between the two, but with the last name, Nick Hoffman hoping to channel his inner Trevor time here in the 5th. And a 9-0 lead for YD. First pitch upstairs near the eyes of Zach Liu. He's moved over from second to 3rd base. Liu out of Cal State Fullerton. Hoffman the pitch. Fastball inside. That's ball 2. A North Carolina native is Nick Hoffman. Now playing in South Carolina. The 2-0 popped up center field. Davis camps under it, makes the grab, 1 away. It's the exact start you need if you're the Wareham Gateman, knowing that this game might be out of hand, but if you give your offense an opportunity, it all starts with the player on the ball.
Without a doubt, Hoffman is a player that wants to compete here on the Cape. A big opportunity for him to join this league and to just show off how great he can be.
1-out pitch to Homer Bush Jr. It's called a strike on the inside corner. Bush Jr., what a day. A walk in the first, pair of singles in the second and the third, also a pair of RBI. 0-1. Off speed low, Burks tried to frame it, wasn't able to do so. Count even 1-1. The rising junior out of Grand Canyon University.
And that's just baseball. Last time we played here, Homer Bush Jr. went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, and today a complete opposite day at the plate.
1-1 in the dirt, the count moves to 2-1. It's always an everyday thing in terms of the game of baseball. Homer Bush Jr. was the 9-hole hitter for the majority of the season. A 2-1 from Hoffman. Fastball splits the plate, count 2-2. You shift him up to that leadoff spot, and all of a sudden, his batting average has improved. He's getting on base a whole lot more, stealing a lot of bags, and is a Cape League All-Star. 2-2. High chopper left side, backhanded by Blake Wright. Throw over to first off a hop, eludes Max Anderson's glove. The shortstop Blake Wright was able to get to the ball, but on his back foot couldn't deliver it over to first. One cool part about South Yarmouth, especially here at Red Wilson Field, every time there is any sort of positive play for the YD Red Sox, there's a bell rung behind home plate. I think that adds to the fanfare of what it's like to be a fan on the Cape.
A lot of dedicated fans here cheering on their Red Sox team, and what a great summer to be a Red Sox fan.
43 points, that's 9 points clear of the second place Orleans Firebirds in the East Division. 1 out pitch to Caden Connor is a fastball that misses the plate outside. Yeah, this YD Red Sox team has been red hot all season. The 43 points is the second most on the Cape. Hyannis sports that lead with 44. Fortunately for YD, they're not in the West Division, in the East, and why they have such a big advantage. Righty on lefty. 1 out pitch. Popped up near the left field line. Chick gives chase. He dives, makes the grab. Wow! What a play. Cameron Chick drifted far to his right and dove in foul ground to make the grab. 2 down.
That's when you know it's a great play, when the entire fan base of the opposing team claps for just an amazing play.
Unbelievable. The shiftiness of the 5'8" left fielder. He had to range a good 40-50 feet to get to that baseball. That's the fight you want to see in these Gateman players. That gives way to Cole Carrig, who's 1 for 3 on the day. 2 out pitch, high. Carrig, the lefty out of San Diego State. Lefties have torched the Gatemen this season. A 283 average are lefties against any pitcher for the Gatemen. The 1-0 pitch is fouled back to the fence and count 1-1. Two down, 1 on. Homer Bush Jr., 3 hits on the day. 1-1. Ground ball to the right side, backhanded. Padilla flips it over to right, over his glove. Bush Jr. slides in feet first safely. It's an error on Brian Padilla. I think he had more time than he thought. Tried to flip it out of his glove rather than exchanging it over to his bare hand and then throwing it to the covering shortstop and right. Well, either way, that's an error on the second baseman, Padilla. And the first tick on the line for the Gatemen. No runs, no hits, but an error. Now there's 2 on with 2 away for Braden Montgomery. A grand slam in the second, single in the fourth. Righty on lefty. Nick Hoffman making his season debut out of Clemson. Here's the 2-out pitch. Swing and a miss. Count 0-1. Hoffman's glove is a mix between orange and beige. I wouldn't say it's all Clemson orange. He stares off toward the plate, now glances towards second. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, big hack and a miss. Count 0-2.
It sounds like a broken record, but Gateman is looking to get out number 3.
8 of the 9 runs have scored with 2 outs. 0-2 fastball, swing and a miss. Nick Hoffman gets out of the jam, and through 5, it's still 9-0 Red Sox. We head to the top half of the 6th. As the Gatemen, well, their offense still looking for hit number 1 on the day when we return on the Gatemen Radio Network.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
Summer is here, and we are finally back to enjoying all our favorite outdoor activities. As temperatures rise, so does the risk for unexpected injuries. South Coast Health Urgent Care Centers are open, safe, and here to provide the care you need when you need it. Our 7 locations are open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Walk-ins are welcome, and having a South Coast Health physician is not required. Visit southcoast.org/urgent care to check wait times and reserve your spot today.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen.
We ventured into the top of the 6th in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. It's all YD, 9-0 in the top half of the 6th inning. Alongside Alex Feuz, I'm Cameron Ezeir. At this point, the blueprint is get a hit if you're the Wareham Gatemen. No hits through 5 innings. The pitching fell apart early, and they've picked it up as of late. It's a Gatemen team that just needs to find some sort of stride on the offensive side, and they'll do so against a new pitcher, Braden Montgomery. He moves from the designated hitter to the bump. Now, you might be asking yourself, oh, they're throwing a position player out there. Well, Montgomery does have some experience on the mound. A couple days ago against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, Braden Montgomery did pitch a scoreless inning down in Hartford when YD played Hyannis at Dunkin' Donuts Park, the home of the Hartford Yard Goats. So Montgomery's out there. You could say this is YD throwing in the white towel in terms of, okay, this game's already over. But for the Gatemen, hey, you get the bats going, you might have some momentum going into the All-Star break, and you can find a new level of confidence next week. So Braden Montgomery out of Stamford just wrapped up his freshman season. The designated hitter had a grand slam to blow this one open in the 2nd, already also a single in the 4th. Well, he struck out in the 5th to end the inning, so he goes from the dish over to the mound. Righty on lefty, Chase Davis, the first batter here in the 6th. First pitch. Fastball high and away. And Montgomery, a lot of velocity in that arm. And a shift put on by the YD Red Sox, moving the third baseman Lou over to shallow right center field. Montgomery turns, the 1-0. Fastball sliced out of play into a grouping of fans over to the left side. Chase Davis 0 for 2 on the day, the strikeout and the lineout. Davis, a .268 hitter on the summer. So he awaits the 1-1. Swings away, now the count 1-2. Still no hits for the Gatemen, and we're on the top of the 6th. Montgomery out of the windup. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Braden Montgomery goes from designated hitter to striking out Chase Davis to open up the 6th. There's one down. Brings up Blake Wright.
Like you said, Cam, at this point the goal is to just try to get back in this game. Tie not only running out, but so is the sunlight.
At Red Wilson Field, no lights, so we're at the mercy of the sun. Once it sets and it gets too dark to play, game's over. Blake Wright in the righty batter's box. Awaits the 1-out pitch. Fastball cranked to the right side, out of play. Blake Wright knows a little something about revamping himself. He did so at Clemson after a season in which he batted just 167. He upped his batting average by close to 200 points, batting .349 in the spring. Now, can he revamp this Gateman offense? 0-1 pitch is a fastball that dots the inside corner. That won't do the job if you're right. Behind the count, 0-2. The infield completely covered in shadows. No sounds in the crowd. Everyone intently watching Braden Montgomery on the mound. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. It's ball one. Righty on righty. The infield back to a standard set. 1-2 pitch. Skipped in the dirt off the padding of Gonzalez. Well, Braden Montgomery was a semifinalist for the 2022 John Olerud Two-Way Player of the Year award. It honors the two-way players in the collegiate game, which are few and far between. Well, Braden Montgomery, he's reached 90 on the ticker. Earlier today I was speaking with the YD broadcasters, and they said Montgomery was throwing 95. Fastballs popped up out of play to the right side over the netting.
On a game where your team has a 9-0 lead, this is when you can really just put Montgomery out there and get reps when obviously trying to test the waters out as a pitcher. A great opportunity to do so in a game that, they have a big lead.
The 2-2. Strikeout inside corner. Got him looking. Blake Wright, second K of the day. Back-to-back strikeouts to open up the sixth for Braden Montgomery. Oh, doesn't matter who you put out on the mound. Just seems like YD's year. 2 away. Righty on righty to Derek Fabian out of Florida. 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout in the second, fly out in the fourth. Out of the windup, the pitch. Breaking ball skied. Deep left field. Moving back at the wall. Looking up. It's gone! Home run for Derek Fabian, his first of the season. He takes the slow round across second base. And finally, the Gatemen have a hit and a run. 9-1 in the top of the sixth.
Right off the scoreboard here at Red Wilson Field. A big solo shot by Derek Fabian.
Well, that ends the potential no-hitter. Derek Fabian leaves the yard for the first time this season. And this is a player that was 4 for his previous 47 against righties, but launched one to deep left. Now the score is 9-1. Devin Burks digs in with his back foot in the righty batter's box. 2-out pitch is a breaking ball that skips in the dirt. And just like I was saying, Alex, this is the final game before the All-Star break for a Gateman team that's been reeling as of late. Got 8 games to go after this. This could be a momentum swing if you put together a few good innings. 1-0 near the chin of Burks, leaned back. And it's not like the Gatemen have to win this game. Of course, they would have loved to win it, but you play a few good offensive frames. Your defense doesn't commit any more errors. The pitching a bit more stout in the back end of this game. This could be a momentum swing. 2-0 fastball inside for strike one.
Well, the one good thing going the Gateman's way right now, if you look in Bourne, the Bourne Braves are playing the Falmouth Commodores, and Bourne has a 2-0 lead in the top of the fifth.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Out of the windup, the pitch. Swung on, fouled off, out of play to the right side. And that's huge because the Falmouth Commodores currently lead the Wareham Gatemen by 5 points. The Commodores in 4th in the West Division, the Gatemen in 5th. That's the tail that the Gatemen are chasing. A loss by both teams doesn't close that gap. 2-2, swing and a miss. Well, Derek Fabian leaves the yard and records the first hit and run for the Gatemen today, but Braden Montgomery turns a DH spot into striking out the side in the 6th. Through 5.5, it's 9-1 Red Sox. We head to the bottom of the 6th on the Gatemen Radio Network. Continuing with our corporate sponsors, we also want to recognize and thank Franklin Sports, Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Highline Cruises, Barnstable Bats, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Cape Space, Christmas Tree Shops, UFOs, T-Mobile, Boston Better Business Bureau, Fairway Financial, Rogers Gray, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
We're in the bottom of the 6th, and right now battling the sunset, even though this game is not at an arm's length distance, far out of reach for the Gatemen. They did scratch across their first hit and first run of the game in the top of the 6th. But we're in the bottom of the 6th. The sunset at 8:08 according to my weather app. And once that sun sets, probably only have a couple minutes after that until it becomes a safety hazard and it's too dark to continue play. Alex, this has been a tough game for the Gatemen. Any positives you can take away from this, or is this one where you stick it in the bin and don't look at it again?
Well, you got to do that. If the Gatemen are unable to come back and really battle in this game, you got to erase this one from your memory. You have 2 days off, an All-Star game tomorrow, off day Sunday, back at it at Polar Park on Monday against the Bourne Braves, and you just hope you can really turn things around with 8 games left after tonight.
Pinch hitter to lead off the bottom of the 6th. It's Dominic Freeberger out of UConn. Yeah, so we'll probably see a lot of pinch hitters for Scott Pickler and the YD Red Sox, knowing that YD is up by 8. Nick Hoffman on the mound delivers the first pitch. It's a fastball down the pipe. Dominic Freeberger out of UConn, a transfer from UNC Asheville, rising senior from Baltimore, Maryland. 0-1, slow chopper left side. Derek Fabian gloves, tosses over to first in time, 1 away. So Freeberger is now batting 5th for Mike Bovey.
Now batting number 11, playing second base from
Brings up the second baseman Gunnar Antillian, who also started this game on the bench and then came in the 4th for Johnny Long in the 6 hole. Now manning second, he had a single back in the 4th, 1 of 11 hits for YD.
If you're keeping score at home, I think your lineup cards looks just like mine. It's all over the place. So many pinch hitters, defensive replacements, it's a mess.
Off speed from Nick Hoffman gets the outside corner. The count 0-1. Hey, you previously mentioned that really exciting day coming up on the 25th. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball low, slider misses. At Polar Park on the 25th against the Bourne Braves. Be really cool to see a couple Western Division foes duke it out at a minor league ballpark, home of the Worcester Red Sox. 1-1 breaking ball connected out of play.
A chance to play in a pro ballpark gives great opportunity to both of the teams involved between the Gatemen and the Braves.
Now, the one thing I love about the minor leagues, yes, I love the Cape League and all the teams that play in it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hard hit, 2-hopper to the right side. Padilla gloves over at second, throws it to first, 2 away. And you might not agree with me on this. I think the one thing that the Cape League is missing is really odd names. Something about the minors. They like to switch it up. They like to jumble around the names so much, I swear they stuck a bunch of odd names into a hat and then picked it out. And it might be exclusive to the area, but half of those mascots I couldn't pinpoint in a crowd. Now the Worcester Red Sox wore the Pawtucket Paw Sox. Now they're the Worcester Woo Sox. Red Sox, Woo Sox, they kind of interchange the two. As Hayden Schott steps in. Schott had a home run in the third, an RBI double in the fourth. But yeah, I love the odd names. Do you have a favorite minor league mascot?
Well, they're not technically in the minor leagues. They're in the Appy League. I got to go with the Burlington Sock Puppets.
Ooh, I like that a lot. The Sock Puppets. Do you know the origin of that name?
Well, they had a couple names that I think the community voted on, and the Sock Puppets won.
Huh. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Schott holds his lumber up high in the count 2-1 on a pitch that missed upstairs. I'm trying to look around or just peer around my mind and think about all the minor league teams. 2-1 pitch. Off speed, misses the zone low. Because I want to pinpoint some team like the Sock Puppets that might be able to rival that mascot. That's a really good one.
About the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
The Sod Poodles are great. 3-1 pitch. Fastball connected to the right center field gap. It falls. One hops into the glove of the center fielder Davis. Base hit for Hayden Schott, his third of the day, and now he's a triple shy of the cycle. I don't know if we'll get back to him in the order, though, with light slowly fading here at Red Wilson Field. I will say the outfield's still sun-kissed. The infield's covered in shadows. And I think every fan is enjoying the weather. Pretty blue skies, no clouds. Especially because it's cooled down a bit. Even though it's still 84 degrees in South Yarmouth, it feels like with the wind, it feels like 75, maybe 70. 2-out pitch. There's a fastball on the outside half. Count 0-1 to Fernando Gonzalez.
Well, it's a good thing there are no clouds tonight, Cam. I mean, the clouds last night at Durant Park and Bourne, they were so dark they had to ask to turn the lights on before the game.
0-1 outside, count 1-1 with 2 away and 1 on. You're right, at one point I was feeling the mist. I knew it wouldn't rain because the forecast didn't have any rain in it. But yeah, I was feeling the mist, and I was getting worried for a second because the clouds just darkened and darkened over time. 1-1 fouled off to the left side. So I want to go back to our minor league mascot conversation. How about the El Paso Chihuahuas?
That's a good one.
I feel like it's not that out there, but it's a cool, and they have a really cool logo as well, I will say. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Fernando Gonzalez, who's 0 for 2 on the day. The 1-2 is foul just to the left side of that left field line from our vantage point behind home plate. It was roped to that left field line before hooking foul. Now there's one team I'm thinking of, and it's not coming to mind. Give me a second. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count, 2 away with 1 on. We're in the bottom of the 6th, 9-1 lead for the Red Sox. The 1-2 breaking ball is low and away. Well, this game got out of hand in the second. Red Sox tacked on 2 more in the third and the fourth. 1 on, 2 outs. Hoffman, the 2-2. Fastball swing and a miss. Nick Hoffman in his season debut has 2 Ks to his credit, and we head to the top of the 7th, 9-1 Red Sox over Gateman when we return on the Gateman Radio Network.
Hey Gateman fans, don't miss out as the Wareham Gatemen head to Worcester, Mass. to take on the Bourne Braves at Polar Park, the home of the Worcester Red Sox. This special game at Polar Park takes place Monday, July 25th with a 6:45 first pitch. Tickets start at just $10, so head to gateman.org to get yours today.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's back. The 2022 Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star Game, presented by Milton Cat and hosted by the Wareham Gatemen, is back after a 2-year hiatus. The game will be played at Spillane Field, home of the Gatemen, on Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, at 7 Viking Drive, Wareham, Massachusetts. Gates open at 2 p.m., autograph sessions from 2:40 to 4:50 p.m., the home run hitting contest at 5 p.m., and game time is set for 6:05 p.m. For your safety, no coolers, backpacks, or other large bags of any kind will be allowed into the game. There will be several different concessions available for food, drinks, and other delights. Tickets are $5 per person and are on sale today at the concession stand or online at www.gateman.org. We look forward to seeing you all there. We're in the top of the 7th at Red Wilson Field. Hey, if the Whitey Red Sox have anything, one thing they have beyond a first-place record, it's their ability to throw out two-way players. Dominic Freeberger is on the mound for YD as he relieves Braden Montgomery. Freeberger today at the plate only came in the last inning and grounded out. Is now on the bump, but I mentioned he's a two-way player. His pitching numbers are his best all college career long. ERA is at a career low and has set career highs in innings pitched and strikeouts as the team's closer. That team is UConn. He was utilized a lot in that 2022 season on the mound. 11 appearances, 3.09 ERA, 3 saves to his credit, 11 2/3 innings of work, 14 strikeouts to just 6 walks. And he's a whip under 1. The righty Dominic Freeberger started this game at the dish as one at-bat is now on the mound. Righty on the lefty. It's Cameron Chick. There's the pitch, a fastball that misses low, count 1-0. The Brewers AA team, the Biloxi Shuckers. I love that. I don't know why. It sounds odd rolling off my tongue, and this is just a carryover of what we were talking about with the minor league mascots and the great names. 1-0. Fastball, Chick pops it up, it's slicing into foul ground. Giving chase is the shortstop who dives, and Cole Carey can't grab it.
Yeah, the Shuckers a great name.
And I'm not saying for the Cape to change around the names. There's so much history on Cape Cod in terms of this league, but it's something the minor leagues always do. It just seems like they're extra in terms of their mascots, and I like it. 1-1 the count to Cameron Chick. 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. Freeberger the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Count 1-2.
The Round Rock Express, the AAA affiliate of the Rangers, might not be the most interesting name, but has really a lot of history. Obviously owned by Nolan Ryan and the Ryan family, and the Express, well, it was a Ryan Express, the nickname to Nolan, so an interesting name. That also the town of Round Rock, Texas, right outside of Austin. They voted on it and named it the Express.
1-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3, bottom of the zone. So a pair of two-way players have entered the ball game. Braden Montgomery, his first batter faced was a strikeout. Same for Freeberger, and there's one away in the top of the 7th. I think that's a credit to the communities among minor league teams and also just the minor leagues for making it so community-based, knowing that there is so much history in separate towns, separate counties. Went out pitch to Brian Padilla as a breaking ball, called a strike on the inside corner. I mean, down there in Texas, all love Nolan Ryan a lot, so it's only right that they almost name a team after him. Freeberger, deep breath, out of the stretch, 0-1. Missed inside, count even 1-1.
I don't think you can go in a restaurant in Texas without seeing a signed Nolan Ryan jersey.
I wonder if he eats free everywhere. I'd be surprised if the answer was no. 1-1 pitch, fastball elicits a check swing. Padilla did not go. The count 2-1. Dominic Freeberger, a two-way player out of UConn, is up against his collegiate teammate. The pitch to Padilla, 2-1 heater inside. I'll have to give a credit to these YD players as well. Yes, two-way players at the collegiate level, but usually you come to the Cape to hone in on one skill. Their ability at the dish and on the bump is showing. I mean, Montgomery and Freeberger haven't taken that much velocity off their heaters. 3-1 fastball popped up. It's in foul territory to the left side near the third base dugout. It'll drop between a converging Bermuda triangle of YD players. Now the count's 3-2.
I think there was just a lack of communication. No one knew exactly where he was going to land, and no one wanted to run into each other, so everyone just stopped mid-tracks.
Yeah, Carrick ran over there, and it's probably the first time that the shift didn't work for YD. They were all playing closer to first base, and Carrick had a long run in foul territory. Top of the 7th, 9-1 Red Sox over Gateman. Wareham still has only one hit on the board. That was a solo shot by Derek Fabian in the 6th. The payoff. Connected, deep left center field. Connor drifts left at the wall. He leaps, makes the grab. Caden Connor, a web gem out in deep left center. And there's 2 down in the top of the 7th.
Stole a double away from Padilla. Unbelievable play. Two away, top 7, gives way to Ryan Campos. Struck out in the first, reached on an error in the third, popped up into foul territory, right in the glove of the third baseman back in the 5th. 2-out pitch, fastball in the dirt, off the fingertips of Freeberger. The American flag out in deep left field is waving slightly from side to side. 1-0. Campos takes, fastball low, count 2-0. The fans that were covering the entirety of the bleachers down the left field line have now been cut in half. 2-0. Fastball, hard hit to the right side, and Campos fell to the ground. Scooped up by Bovee over to first, and that retires the side. And now all that's focused on is Ryan Campos. He's about 5 feet off of home plate. It just looked like he stepped wrong. That's the end of the top of the 7th. We'll update you on Ryan Campos when we come back to Red Wilson Field. We enter the bottom of the 7th with the Red Sox up 9-1 when we return on the Gateman Radio Network.
One of the Gateman's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
Looking for a turnkey rental experience on the Cape? Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has a dedicated team of rental professionals ready to provide homeowners and guests with exceptional service. For Cape Cod rentals, nothing compares. Each office is independently owned and operated. Sotheby's International Realty is a registered trademark.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod to the major leagues. Only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves.
Welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Gateman, Alex Galvin out of Louisville. A rising junior, making his 7th appearance on the summer. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts, and has a 4.26 ERA. Gateman trail by 8 as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
The Louisville Cardinal on the bump. He relieves Nick Hoffman, who went 2 innings of work in his season debut, didn't allow a run, in a game in which the YD Red Sox have scored at mercy. 7 in the second, 1 in the third, a single run in the fourth. Now the Gatemen responded in the top of the 6th with a solo home run by Derek Fabian. That's the only hit for the Wareham Gatemen today. 12 hits for the YD Red Sox, 9 runs to show for it. The Zach Liu out of the 9-hole is one of the few that's still in this game out of the starting order. Zach Liu, a bunt single in the first, strikeout in the third, flyout in the 5th. Alex Galvin is pretty much the closer on this team, or has been so ever since Michael Walsh got drafted. Head to the Pittsburgh Pirates. First pitch from Galvin is a fastball that clips the inside corner. Count 0-1. So Michael Walsh gone, and Alex Galvin has almost assumed that role. With sunset and near 30 minutes away, and we're expecting this ball game to come to a close soon. That's why Alex Galvin is out there. 0-1 breaking ball, fouled off the bat of Liu over the fencing. That's fencing that spans right in front of the third base dugout and right up to the first base dugout. The netting carries over from where the fencing is not, behind the third base dugout of the YD Red Sox. 0-2 pitch, high near the eyes of Liu. The count's 1-2. Well, Yarmouth Dennis be the first team to 19 wins on the season. They're able to win this game. 1-2 breaking ball popped up, foul ground. Anderson, the first baseman, tracks left in foul territory, makes the grab, 1 away. And for the Wareham Gatemen, will most likely drop to 11, 19, and 6. But it's really important to note, All-Star break in the next couple days. Tomorrow at Spillane Field is the All-Star game, Sunday an off day, and then 8 games to end the season. If Falmouth loses today, in which they're losing to Bourne right now, it's only a 5-point gap, and you never know what can happen in the final 8 games.
Well, there was an update in that game. 4 runs scored by Falmouth in the top of the 5th inning, and now it's a 4-2 ball game in the top of the 6th.
Well, never mind that quote, but either way, if Falmouth does end up winning that game, 7-point gap with 8 games to go, and remember, 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie. 0-1 pitch. It's fouled back by Homer Bush Jr., who's been sensational today, 3 for 3 night. So 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie, none for a loss. Now all the Gatemen need to do, you string across a couple wins, you hope Falmouth falls a bit, and you never know, this team could squeak into a playoff spot. 0-2 pitch. Bush Jr. pokes one to the right side, foul. Let's focus a little more on what I was talking about in the upcoming schedule, Alex. The All-Star game, tomorrow at Spillane Field, it's going to be quite the day. Gates open at 2, home run derby at 5, and the game at 6 o'clock featuring the best players on the Cape.
It's going to be an exciting day.
0-2 breaking ball is sent to shallow center. Base hit for Bush Jr. A 4-hit day, and Bush Jr. has reached all 5 times. Now you stick him at the leadoff spot, he turns into an all-star, and then today has revitalized himself ever since his last matchup against the Gatemen, in which he struck out 4 times here at Red Wilson. Now Caden Connor stands in. What are you most excited for in the All-Star game tomorrow?
Home run derby and the food trucks.
There we go, okay. I liked how you were to the point. You had the 2 in mind and labeled them. 1-out pitch to Caden Connor. Rope to shallow right, base hit. Homer Bush accelerates around second. Almost loses his helmet as it rests on the back of his head. And Caden Connor stays put at first. Runners at the corners, 1 away, bottom 7. Red Sox up 8, but they're not holding up. Now I'll bring up Cole Carrig. who had an RBI single in the second. Now, Cole Carrig has moved all around, from left field to shortstop, now third base. So you're excited for the home run derby and the food trucks. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm just excited to see all the fans.
Yeah, that too.
Expecting over 7,000 fans for the All-Star game tomorrow. One out pitch, missed high, count 1-0. Especially because no All-Star game in the past 2 years. The fanfare should be really, really good at Spillane Field. Whether it be the atmosphere or just the people that bring some energy.
Hopefully someone has a bell.
That could help, or anyone that's just a big fan, as that one skied to left field, base hit. Homer Bush Jr. races home to the sound of that bell, and a whole lot of positives to like if you're the YD Red Sox. Rounding first and heading to second, and getting there standing up is Cole Carrig. Caden Connor advances to third. Players at second and third, one away. It's now a 10-1 ball game. I'm just hoping that fans bring a lot of energy. I know the players have all season long, and I feel like we're getting to the part of the season in which, games can drag at times, knowing that a lot of these players are looking forward to their collegiate careers, or at least getting back to their respective colleges. We're at the point in the season where camaraderie, culture, energy is a big proponent of success in terms of individual teams. One out pitch to the lefty Montgomery, who was a pitcher just a couple innings ago. One ball, no strikes to Montgomery. Runners at second and third with one away. Galvin the pitch. It's cracked deep right field. Moving back and making the Canacorin catch is Diodati. Tagging up easily and scoring straight up is Caden Connor. Advancing to third is Cole Carrig. 11-1 Red Sox. A sac fly for Braden Montgomery, his 5th RBI of the game.
Playing first base, number 14 from UConn, Dominic Freeberger.
So again, the All-Star game is at Spillane Field tomorrow. The gates open at 2, home run derby at 5. 6 o'clock is game time. Well, 6:05 to be exact. They'll be.
All right, you gotta get that 5 minutes in there.
Exactly. You're right. Food trucks. 2-out pitch is a breaking ball called strike 1 at the bottom of the zone to Gunnar Antillon. Food trucks will surround the ballpark. The concession stands will be jam-packed as well. Runner at third. 0-1 pitch. Poked, one hopper to the right side in the glove of Anderson. Underhand flip to Galvin, who covers first. That retires the side, but not before 2 more are scratched across in the bottom of the 7th. We'll head to the top of the 8th when we return to Red Wilson Field on the Gateman Radio Network.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous Colossal Lobster Rolls, piled high on a grilled brioche and served hot buttered or just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
The Wareham-based 80 Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is the world's largest cranberry grower and the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts. The company supports organizations like the Wareham Gateman and projects like the outdoor cranberry bog classroom that you may have passed on your way in. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Gentlemen, put your hands together for the new pitcher on
We're in the top of the 8th. The YD Red Sox lead 11-1 over the Wareham Gatemen. New pitcher on for the YD Red Sox is Cole Carrig. This is the second game in the last 3 days in which the YD Red Sox have pitched 3 positional players. They did so a couple days ago against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in that specialty game in Hartford at Dunkin' Donuts Park, the home of the Hartford Yard Goats. Well, today they're doing it with a lead rather than just a deficit. Cole Carrig is on the mound, an all-star starter, so we'll see him tomorrow at Spillane Field. And now he's taking the mound out of San Diego State. A .388 average at the dish for the Aztecs this past spring. Let's see how he fares on the bump. We've already seen Braden Montgomery. We've seen Dominic Freeberger. Now it's time for Cole Carrig. He hands something off to his teammate. I don't know exactly what that was, but either way, Carrig resets on the rubber. And it'll be Max Anderson, Owen Diodati, and Chase Davis, the heart of the order. This will most likely be the last frame of the game, just giving Wareham one last opportunity to try to come back in this one. Carrig delivers a fastball down the plate. I will say one thing, and I've already said this before, but I'll say it again. These positional players are also really good pitchers.
Unbelievable.
Carrig turns the 0-1. Breaking ball low near the feet of Anderson. Well, for Max Anderson, he entered this game with 40 hits. Well, today he's 0 for 1. Hasn't had a lot of chance to swing the lumber. Does so there. Grounder to the right side. Lou picks it up, throws it over to first. 1 away. Starting to darken here at Red Wilson Field. The sun starting to set. It's supposed to do so in about 20 minutes, but with the trees outstretched in the outfield as well down the left field line, while the sun setting behind it as we speak. Now the entire field is covered in shadows. Pretty sky hovers over the field. Carter Graham, the pinch hitter for Owen Diodati here in the 3-hole. 1-out delivery, swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. And for Carter Graham, the pinch hitter out of Stanford, entered the Gatemen as a power hitter, led the Pac-12 with 22 home runs. This season he struggled though. Carrig out of the windup. 0-1 fouled back. The Gatemen will have 3 All-Stars tomorrow at Spillane Field. Grayson Moore, Ryan Campos, Max Anderson. Now we were just told that Grayson Moore will be replaced as he pitched just a couple days ago, won't have the opportunity, so might as well give it to another player who also is well deserved of that all-star nod. So if you're a Gateman fan, watch out for Ryan Campos, Max Anderson. Those will be your 2 all-stars. Carter Graham in the righty batter's box. Awaits the 1-2. It hits him. So Carter Graham exits the dugout. Oh, he laughed it off a bit as he turned his back, heads over to first.
Playing center field, number 6 from Arizona, Chase Davis.
Carter Graham at first, Chase Davis in the lefty batter's box. So Cole Carrig on the mound. This is his first full inning of work. The pitch to Chase Davis, the lefty. 1-out delivery is fouled off the glove of Gonzalez. Carter Graham at first, courtesy of a hit by pitch. 1 away, top 8. The wind was heavy at the beginning of this game, but has slowed down immensely. American flag out there in deep left is just slowly waving back and forth. 0-1 fastball high and away. As I say that, then the wind picks up, and of course it does. The
Beautiful sunset, though.
Yeah, very. Past the trees down the left field line. Runner at first, 1 away. 11-1 Red Sox lead. Carrig, the 1-1, swing and a miss, count 1-2. A reminder, All-Star game tomorrow, no game on Sunday. The Gatemen are back at it on Monday. That'll be a specialty game at Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox. 6:45 first pitch. Chase Davis still searching for his first hit. 1-2 delivery. Off speed outside. Well, the Whitey Red Sox jumped on the Gateman early. A 7 spot in the second frame, which chased the starter Jack Sokol out of this ball game. They tacked on 1 more in the 3rd and the 4th, 2 in the 7th. In between that, Derek Fabian did have a home run. 2-2 fouled back to the fencing. That's where the score stands, 11-1. And it's not like the Gatemen didn't have their chances early on. They walked in the first, they drew 2 more base on balls in the second, so left 3 runners on base. In the 3rd inning, they reached on an error as well as a hit by pitch. Couldn't cash in there. 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball hacked on and missed from Chase Davis. The Arizona Wildcat goes down swinging for the 3rd time today. Cole Carrig, this first strikeout of this 8th inning. And with 2 away, Blake Wright stands in the righty batter's box. Like I was saying early on, the Gatemen had their chances. Also drew a walk in the 5th. I mean, this team has been patient at the plate, but very unlucky on where those baseballs have landed. 2 out fastballs upstairs and outside to Blake Wright. And now you look to the rest of the season, wondering if the Falmouth Commodores win today, a 7-point gap. Is it salvageable for the Gatemen? We'll see after the All-Star break. 1-0 breaking ball chopped up the middle past the outstretched glove of the shortstop, and it gets by the center fielder Bush Jr. as well. But Blake Wright will stay over at first. Carter Graham attack toward third. The throw is in time. Well, everything going wrong for the Gatemen. Carter Graham tried to run from first to third. He was tagged out there, and that'll be the ball game. Well, the Gatemen enter the All-Star break, a 10-game stretch, 0-7-3. And they'll enter Monday's game against the Bourne Braves, 2 weeks without a win. Could the All-Star break possibly be a positive for the Gatemen, or will this team continue to slow down as the stretch goes on? 8 games to go. Well, prior to that game on Monday, it's a big-time event at Spillane Field tomorrow, the All-Star game. The Wareham Gatemen will send out 3 representatives. The Whitey Red Sox will also be well represented too. Well, it's a Gatemen team that enters the All-Star break 11-19-6. All eyes on the Falmouth Commodores. Commodores win that game. They're 7 points clear in 4th, and the Gatemen are 7 points out of a possible playoff spot. The Whitey Red Sox extend their lead in the East Division to 11 points, 19-10-7 on the season, and they're rolling as of late. So that'll end things from Red Wilson Field. The final score, YD 11, Wareham 1. Your final lines for both teams. Wareham 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. For the Red Sox, 11 runs on 15 hits and 2 defensive miscues. So for Alex Feuz, I'm Cameron Ezeir saying so long, and we'll see you tomorrow for the biggest event of the year, the All-Star game at Spillane Field. The Gatemen dropped today's game 11-1. We'll see you on Monday.